Senator Ron Johnson is joining us now for more on all of that. Senator, welcome. Good morning. Thanks for being here. So why have you subpoenaed Christopher Wray, the FBI director?
I finally ran out of patience. Certainly my committee wanted me, when they granted me this subpoena authorization, to try and get everybody's voluntary compliance, but it simply hasn't worked. The FBI continues to slow walk our requests for documents, which really date back years. I sent a summary request to Attorney General Barr, who, by the way, has been great. The hangup is within the FBI back in September 2019, basically relisting all the requests we had for information, and we really haven't got squat, basically. And what we're seeing now is we're seeing, dribs and drabs. The most recent revelation is the document that Lindsey Graham released on Sunday, which should shock people. I mean, the fact that a year after the FBI was fully aware of the fact that the Steele dossier was chock full of Russian disinformation, they're coming in front of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and briefing them falsely that they still had confidence in the Steele dossier. This is beyond the pale, and the FBI's got to come clean, and they've got to produce documents now based on our subpoena by August 20th. I'm done fooling around. Hopefully we'll be able to engage counsel in the White House, as well as the Attorney General's office, to extract the documents out of the FBI. This is ridiculous.
Senator Lindsey Graham went on with our own Sean Hannity last night and said this. Listen.
On Wray's watch, the Senate Intel Committee was briefed about the dossier and the Russian subsource in the same fashion that the FISA court was briefed. Very misleading. A year after they knew the Russian dossier was no longer reliable, they told the same lies to the Congress, not just the court, as a completely new front of legal liability, and I'm going to find out what happened.
Former Deputy National Security Advisor KT McFarland was on this program with us yesterday, Senator, suggesting that by what she knows and what she has seen, Christopher Wray is in deep trouble. Is he?
Well, let's face it, that briefing was a premeditated lie. This wasn't sort of, we kind of, oh, geez, we just sort of made a mistake. This was absolutely premeditated. Again, a year after the Steele dossier was used and known to be unreliable, to contain Russian disinformation. That was my staff that found those classified footnotes in the Horowitz IG report that showed that the FBI was gaining information from October 2016 through February 2017 that showed how Russia was trying to infiltrate the Steele organization and literally planted Russian disinformation in the Steele dossier. And that was known. We never should have had a special counsel. The Crossfire Hurricane investigation should have been shut down probably no later than the end of January. And here we are. The FBI is briefing the Senate Intelligence Committee a year later. No, this is, again, beyond the pale. These were premeditated lies. And now all of a sudden, because Christopher Wray, it was on his watch, he allowed this to happen, he's going to have some real explaining to do as well.
So when KT explained to us why she believes that he's in big trouble, she laid out three scenarios. She suggested it was one, either he knew what was going on, two, he turned a blind eye and said, just don't tell me, or three, he's incompetent. You're digging to get that answer. Do you have a hunch at which it is?
It's the exact same thing I said about Rod Rosenstein when I heard his testimony. Either gross managerial incompetence, or he's trying to hide something, or, again, he just simply doesn't recall. We're probably going to hear an awful lot of the I simply don't recall, because that's a lot easier to say than, oh, no, I was involved in wrongdoing. We need to get to the bottom of this, which is why we need these documents, which is why I issued the subpoena.
Really quickly, Senator, is James Comey next?
Well, James Comey has an awful lot to account for. He's been pretty slippery. Remember, he was interviewed earlier. He refused to re-up his classification so that he couldn't answer certain questions. James Comey is no white knight here. He's got an awful lot of culpability in terms of what all happened. And think of the nightmare this country, the political nightmare we've gone through over the last 3 years because of the actions of these individuals. This is, again, something that needs to be exposed. The public needs to know what happened, and people need to be held accountable.
Senator Ron Johnson, appreciate you coming on this morning. Come back soon. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.